Hello, good day. This is a tribute to the life and ministry of the Reverend John Colley Faye, 1908 to 1985. In St. John's Gospel, first chapter and the sixth verse, it records there for us, there was a man sent from God whose name was John. I have asked for this opportunity to give a short tribute to the life and public ministry of the Reverend John Colley Faye. There are times when great men who come past us on the road to life. Such is the impact of their lives that we can become overwhelmed by their personality, achievements, and brilliance. Words fail us in our description of them, and we feel the need to downplay their accomplishments lest others think we exaggerate. Or because of our reverence for their greatness, we confine their greatness to that which they have accomplished in our space and in our place. I want to locate the Reverend JC Faye as a contributor to a greater project than that which took place in the Gambia in the 20th century. This greater project is JC's, as he is fondly called, contribution to a process called post-colonialism and to a theological discipline today we call Black theology, both of which were not even terms coined or clearly defined until in the very latter part of his life. So you would be accurate to call the Reverend Faye a man before his time. A comprehensive record of the Reverend J.C. Faye would need a cadre of researchers who would go beyond the sterling efforts of Jegan C. Senghor and the biography he has written, the very Reverend J.C. Faye, His Life and Times. The call of God to Christian leadership can place us at significant milestones in the development of a nation, in the development of a Christian denomination, in the development of an educational system, and in the development of a people. Such was the call of Reverend Faye. Gambia was his home, and he was deeply committed to it. But Gambia was too small to contain the enormity of his life and ministry. As an influencer in Western Africa, that would also be inadequate, as he touched the lives of many throughout Africa and internationally. What we do at the call of God, with the combinations of skills given to us by God, during the experiences we share, become milestones. These define the uniqueness of our contribution to nation, denomination, education, and people. The very Reverend J.C. Faye gave to the Christian church a theological outlook that worked its way into a discovery of each person's God-given humanity, whether they would be Gambian or not, Christian or Muslim, or other. in mission-run churches, or in indigenous African religions, he respected all. That is called ecumenicalism and interfaith relations. His outlook contributed to a holistic approach to Christian missions that included gospel proclamation, industrial training, and vernacular education. His outlook demonstrated a belief that God was not only concerned about what went on in the church building, but also what happened on the farm, in rural communities such as Christi Kunda, in the school buildings, and in the legislative council, where he gave himself to dismantling the colonial straitjacket that was strangling the people of Gambia, of Africa, and even the Caribbean. So today he would be called a black liberation theologian for his anti-colonial engagement and political organizing. The Reverend Faye was at the crossroads of the European colonial enterprise in Africa in the 20th century. There, he contributed to responding to the call of God and served the Anglican community through the auspices of the Church Missionary Society. They operated in the Gambia from the 19th century. The same CMS, who were also known as the Society for the Propagation of the Gospel, SPG, sought to recruit men and women of God on the other side of the Atlantic in the Caribbean, or what was then called the West Indies. At the oldest Anglican theological college, Codrington College in Barbados, men were trained as missionaries to serve in the Rio Pongas mission between 1850 and the 1940s. With its mission site in southern Nigeria, Conakry in Guinea, and the Gambia. The creation of the Diocese of Gambia and the Rio Pongas mission and the consecration of Bishop John Daly in 1935, the center of the Pongas mission work was transferred to Bathurst, making the enterprise the Gambia Pongas mission. These missionaries would meet the same man called John, Reverend John Faye, who was engaged in giving leadership in missions training and the establishment of the Christian village called Christi Kunda. He would work with these West Indian missionaries who were descendants of persons snatched from Africa and enslaved in the Caribbean. They had then returned to West Africa to preach the good news of Jesus Christ to their brothers and sisters. It was here they met, prayed, and collaborated with a man called Rev JC Faye. There was a man sent from God whose name was John. Thank you.